computer. First of all, we have several new people here tonight, but first of all, let me congratulate Layla. It did take some begrudging on my part. She has scheduled weeks out, and I told her she was ready.
Yep.
And she took her exam last Friday, and she passed her math exam. So just give your classmates some words of encouragement or some advice that you would like to give them.
Yes, my first thing I want to say, thank you so much, so much, Mr. Tinsley. It's really been like helpful the way you do it, the way you explain it. My word to everybody who's doing GED, you just stick to it, and it takes time, it takes effort, but come here every Monday, do a lot on your own too. And if you have any question, Mr. Tinsley was really nice. I could text message him at 10 o'clock, he will respond. I could text message him at 8 o'clock, he will respond. He was really, really nice. And it just practice and practice. The test is what helped me personally is the practice tests I did on Mr. Tinsley's this psychology. And what really, really, really helped more is when I did one-to-one, because what he did, he went through the thing I missed, and he explained it to me step by step, and also showed me how to do it in the calculator, and that makes the test way easier than I expected to be. So just stick to it. It's not going to be easy, but it's not hard as long as you practice. And math for me, I learned everything from scratch. There is nothing in math GD I learned before. So I learned it and I did it. If I can do it, you can all do a better job. Just come every Monday, reach out to Mr. Tinsley if you need help. He's always there for us. And I really appreciate everything you have done for all of us. And good luck to everyone.
Thank you so much. So let's take note of what she said. So first of all, she said, right, the use of the calculator makes the questions a lot easier. So being to use that eBook to use the calculator. But the second thing she said is she used the Schoology site to take practice tests and to do practice. But the third thing she said, which was most important, is you have to invest time in yourself. So you have to invest that time doing those practice tests. So then what Layla would do, she would take 1 or 2 practice tests. We would have a one-on-one. Then we would discuss all the issues, all the problems that she had issues with. And then not only would I show her how to do it and give her more practice, but then I also showed how to do it on the calculator. Then she would practice some more. And then we had a second session set. We didn't even make it because she decided, after she talked with me, because she was scheduled later, I said, listen, Layla, I think you're ready. I think you should really go take the test. And she didn't even tell me she was going to take the test. And she texted me with the good news and said, Mr. Tinsley, I passed. So listen, 3 things. Listen, for $19.99, you can't beat it. You will get an ebook that's going to detail how to do a lot of the harder questions with the calculator. The second thing is I'm giving you my time, that one-on-one session. So it's good for these Monday sessions. Don't get me wrong. These Monday sessions are good. But that one-on-one session is really going to help what you need specifically to help you pass your test. So first of all, congratulations to Layla.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And yes, please do one-to-one, because that's what really helped me, because you get attention from him. It's you and him, not somebody else. So, and that was the best money I spent on my ebook and on my one-to-one. So it's worth it. Thank you so much again. Good luck to everyone.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Okay, so
do you know what score she got?
Nah, Layla, you still on?
Yeah. Do you know what score she got?
Yes, I do. I can tell you, even I was keeping it personal, but I get 152.
Good.
Oh, you passed. That's what matters.
Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me share my screen. And let me go over some problems that I noticed from the Schoology site that some people had some problems with. So let me go over those first. And if you have any questions or any problems that or concept area that you're having problems with, let me know so the class could also go over those same problems. So let me grab some now. Hold on for 1 second. Give me a second. I'm gonna go here. Okay, let me find a problem. Make sure I hide the name, of course. Here we go. And again, I purposely make my practice GED exams a little bit harder. I purposely, because I want to simulate that same pressure that you're going to feel. So when you actually take your exam, you don't feel the pressure. And it's like, okay, most people who purchase the ebook usually finish about 30 to 40 minutes ahead of time. Okay, so let me do this one first. And so somebody took a practice test. I sent them feedback for each problem, but I want to make sure everybody understands this question. Okay, so when you look at this problem, it says which equation represents a line perpendicular to the line y equal 2x minus 5. Does anybody know how to answer this question? What equation? Well, it actually has the answer right on the screen, doesn't it? Oh, that doesn't do me any good. Okay, well, can anybody tell me the slope from this equation? Can anybody tell me the slope from this equation?
2x.
Nope, not 2x.
Wait, it's y equals mx plus b.
Y equal mx plus b. You're 100% right, where m stands for your slope and the b stands for your y-intercept. But the slope is not 2x, it's just what?
2.
2.
All
So
right.
the slope is 2. The y-intercept on this equation is what?
5.
Nope. Make sure you get that sign.
-5.
-5. So this is what you want to do first. You want to find the slope. You get in the habit of identifying the slope in the y-intercept, but that's not what they want. They want to know which equation represents a line that is perpendicular. So what you have to realize is the slope of any line that's perpendicular to this line has the negative inverse. What that means is you just change the sign and you flip it. So the slope of 2 is the same as 2 over 1. So if I flip it, it changes to 1 over 2. Since it's positive, that means my slope is -1/2. So I'm looking for the equation that starts with y equal minus 1/2 x, blase, blase, blase. Because now, luckily, in this set of multiple choice, there's only one question that starts with where the slope is -1/2. So sometimes it's really that easy. Okay. So a few people got this problem incorrect over the weekend. So I just wanted to make sure I hit that question. Okay. Okay. Let me look at this. Let me just put this. Let me put this on the screen here. I don't want to show the answer yet. Okay. So let me do this. You know what? I'm gonna write the question on the screen. And I want to see if somebody can walk me through how to do this problem. So 3x minus 4y minus 16 equals 0. Is the slope, let me put the multiple choice. Let me get the multiple choice here. I just lost it here. Okay, so A minus 4, B 4/3, C 3/4, D 3. So they want to find the slope from this equation. Can anybody tell me, is the slope -4, 4/3, 3/4, or 3?
Well, 3, 9.
This is a 4. Apologize. Okay, so nobody answered. So again, that's okay. So first of all, you have to realize the two forms that I want you to be able to identify.
Well, the slope is 3, right?
No. So
Oh, damn.
it's two forms of linear equations you have to be familiar with. The first is slope-intercept form. Okay, and like Philip said, that's y equal mx plus b. Standard form is the other form you should be familiar with, and that's ax plus by equals c. Okay, now it's not that you can't change this equation to either one of these forms. You can, but ax plus by equals c is, this equation is almost in standard form. So what you realize, what you have to do, and sometimes this is what throws people off. Sometimes the question is not exactly how you've been practicing. Well, that's not mathematics. Mathematics will change. Okay. So here we have to add 16 to both sides. Once I add 16 to both sides, I have 3x minus 4y is equal to 16. And now it is in standard form. Now that's in standard form. Can anybody tell me how they would find the slope from standard form? Does anybody remember how I told you to easily find the slope from standard form?
You would add 4.
No, you don't have to add 4. And I don't recognize that voice. So who just said that?
I'm Shannon. Hello.
How you doing, Shannon? Are you new?
Yes, I'm new. Yes.
Okay, so make sure if you are new tonight, I see several new people here tonight, make sure you put your email in the chat. Okay. So does anybody know how? So what happened was I heard Philip say 3. I heard and also Shane, I believe, said 3. The reason why it's not 3 because this is not slope intercept form. This equation is in standard form. So if you didn't know, I'm gonna show you a nice, easy way to find the slope from standard form. Let me ask one more time. Does anybody know how to find the slope from standard form? Okay, so let me show you.
Y equals mx plus b is standard.
No, so
right?
so remember, no, that's slope intercept form. So y equal mx plus b is slope intercept form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. So here, what that tells you is A is 3, B is -4, C is 16. So the coefficient of your x variable is A. So your coefficient of x is 3. Your coefficient of your y variable is B. So my coefficient is -4. Your coefficient on the right side of the equal sign, the constant, is 16. Does everybody understand why I got A, B, and C? Okay, good. Now, to find the slope is very easy. Watch this. To find the slope, you take the opposite of A and put it over B. So the opposite of 3 is what? What's the opposite of +3?
-3.
-3. And B is -4. 2 negatives make it what?
Positive.
Positive. So the slope from this equation is 3/4. Okay, you can't do it on your calculator, but, and you won't see this in a lot of textbooks, but the easiest way to find the slope in the y-intercept from standard form, I'm going to show you. So the slope, you just take the opposite of A and put it over B. So since A was 3, we put -3 and B is -4. 2 negatives make a positive. That's what we got. The slope is 3/4. To find the y-intercept, you put C over B. C is what?
16.
16. B is what?
4. -4.
-4. So 16 over -4 reduces to -4. So now our y-intercept is -4. So if you wanted to put this equation, if you wanted to change it to slope intercept form, can anybody tell me what it is? So we know the slope is 3/4. We know the y-intercept is -4. If I wanted to put it in the form of y equal mx plus b, what would it be? Can anybody tell me?
If
Y equals
should-
16 over 4
Nope.
plus -4.
No, not 16 over 4. What's our slope?
Oh, the slope is
What's our slope? Can anybody help her? What's our slope?
-4.
Nope. What's our slope? Okay, so let's make sure we understand. So the variable used in slope intercept form for the slope is m. M is the variable for the slope. B is the variable for your y-intercept. So here, when I say M equal the opposite of A over B, this is where we found the slope.
So y equals 1. No, that's not it either.
Y equal, so listen, so here's this equation, slope-intercept form. What's our slope?
Well,
4.
3 over 4.
3 over 4.
Then your x comes in. So y equals 3/4 x. What's our y-intercept?
Plus 4.
Not plus 4.
Minus 4.
-4.
Minus
No,
four.
-4.
So our equation in slope-intercept form will be y equal 3/4 x minus 4. You should be able to go back and forth between both. Now, you'll hear a lot of people say, "Oh no, standard form is not on the GED," or you don't have to know the equation of the parallel line. You don't have to know the. Listen, okay. I talk to the content creators. I'm telling you, you need to be familiar with those. You need to know how to find the slope from slope-intercept form and standard form. You need to be able to find this equation of the parallel line. You need to know the equation of the perpendicular line. These are must knows for the exam. Okay. So what I want to do is, since that gave some people some problems, and I didn't hear a lot of feedback from that problem, let me try to find a worksheet where we can practice. So we can do 3 or 4 of those to make sure we can find the slope from slope-intercept form or standard form. So hold on for 1 second. Let me clear the screen and let me find a worksheet. Let's see. It was, I don't know what it was. Let me see if I can find slope here. Let's see. I think that's it right there. Okay. It's one of these. Let me try. I'm gonna open all 3 of these. I don't know which one it is. Okay, that was one of them. Let me see. Let me try this one. I want the one with both of them. That's the one with just standard form, and I guess this one must be the one with both. Let's see if that's the one. No, that's not it either. 1, that's 3, that's 4. I want 4. That's this one. That's the one I'm looking for. There we go. So you have to be familiar with the types of forms of a linear equation you may see on the GED math exam. The 2 most prevalent ones are slope-intercept form and standard form. Okay, so y equal mx plus b is slope-intercept form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. So just real quick, this should be fairly easy for 1 and 2. Most people can do 1 and 2. So let's make sure. For number 1, y equal 3/2 x plus 3. What is the slope?
3 over 2x.
3 over 2x? No. Remember, y equal mx plus b. You do not include the x in the slope.
Well, there's 3 over 2 then.
There's 3 over 2. Does everybody understand it? All you need to do, if you see y equal, whatever's in front of that x is your slope. It's that easy. If you say y equal, whatever's in front of that x is your slope. Okay, what's my y-intercept for number 1?
3.
3.
3. Very easy. That's your slope. That's your y-intercept. That easy. It's not hard. Okay, let's look at number 2. And what I'll do is I'll make sure I'll include this worksheet in the chat. It also includes the answer, so make sure if you want to practice. Now, you can do it on my site, but you can also do worksheets. So for number 2, what's the slope? Y equal 1/4 x minus 2.
1 over 4.
1 over 4. And what's the y-intercept?
Minus
Negative 2.
-2. So these are not hard. These are not hard. Now, let's look at some harder ones. Let's look at standard form, okay? And then what I'll show you is, okay, hold on, right there, stop right there. Let me move this up. So in your dreams, you should be thinking y equal mx plus b. That's the main one. But the second standard form is ax plus by equals c. You should have them down. Okay, so ax plus by equals c. First of all, we're going to identify a, b, and c. So for number 3, what is a? What's the coefficient of your x variable?
4.
4. B, what is the coefficient of my y variable?
3.
3. And what is c? What's the constant?
3.
Okay. Now, this is what you won't see in textbooks. But to quickly find the slope, this is the formula. Take the opposite of a and put it over b. Okay. What's the opposite of a?
The opposite of A?
The opposite of a, yes.
-4.
-4. What is b?
3.
3. So my slope of this line is what?
-4/3.
That easy. Stop playing. Yes. I know some people saying, hold on, you tell me I've been studying all this time. Is that? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's it. But you got to be able to do 2 things. First, identify if it's slope intercept form. Identify if it's standard form. If it's in slope intercept form, it's easy. Whatever's in front of the x is your slope. Whatever's left is your y-intercept. Very easy. Slope. Now, if it's standard form, you got to remember this. You won't see this in textbooks. Define the slope as negative, but it has to be in this form. Ax plus by equals c. Now, to find the y-intercept is c over b. What's c?
3.
3. What's b?
3.
What's 3 over 3 reduced to?
1.
1. So my y-intercept is what?
1.
There we go. Now, if I wanted to rewrite this equation in slope-intercept form, what would it be?
Y equals 4/3
Don't forget that sign.
-4/3. Y equals -4/3 plus 1.
Ooh, what did you forget? -4/3
X
x plus 1.
plus 1.
Perfect. There you go. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. That's why I like to have these classes. Now, let me show you something. I'm going to show you what they want you to do. So again, what you should be doing, and I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to show you how fast you should be doing these. Boom. Slope, 3/2, y-intercept plus 3. You can look at it. Now, again, look at it. 7x plus 4y equals 16. Opposite of a, -7 over 4. Y-intercept, 16 over 4 equal 4. That's how fast you should be doing them. I'm going to send you these worksheets so you can practice. But when you see it, you should be able to identify slope intercept, standard form, and then which way you want to solve it. Now, this is what they want you to do. This is how in class they teach you to find the slope. I'm going to show you. First of all, what they want you to do is they want you to get y by itself. In order to get y by itself, I need to get rid of this -4x. Whatever I do on one side, I do on the other. So I got to subtract 4x from this side. I need to combine them. So 4x minus 4x cancel each other out. I'm going to bring down my 3y, and then I'm going to reverse the order. So instead of having 3 minus 4x, I'm going to put it y equal mx plus b. So I'm going to put the -4x first, plus 3. To get the y by itself, I must divide by 3. Now, these are unlike terms. Because they're not like terms, when you divide by 3, you need to divide each term by 3. The 3's cancel. You get y equal -4/3 x plus 1. Now, my way would just say, hold on, take the opposite of 4, which is -4, put it over b, 3. I got my slope as -4/3. To find my y-intercept, take C, 3 over 3, which is 1. Either way, this is how they want you to do it in class. This is how it's taught in math class. I'm giving you a much easier way to find the slope in the y-intercept, whether it's slope-intercept form or standard form. Okay, so I'm gonna do what I want to do now is I'm gonna have you do 2 problems. So let's do 7 and 9. So we're gonna do 7 first, and I want you to send me the slope in the chat, and I want you to send me the y-intercept in the chat. After 1 minute, we're gonna go over it. So let me rewrite. I'm only gonna give you 1 minute. Y equal mx plus b. And then standard form, ax plus by equals c. So we're gonna do 7 and 9. Okay, so I want you to do number 7 now, and I want you to send me the slope. So I want you to write m equal, because the m is the variable for the slope, and whatever you think the slope is. And then I want you to put b equal, whatever the y-intercept is for number 7. And I'm giving you 1 minute. That's it, 1 minute. Now, I did see the chat. Some people are at work and they're listening in and might can't send through the chat. That's fine. I did see that, so I wanted to let you know that. I'm trying to find my timer here. 1 minute.
You said 7 and 9?
Oh, for right now, we're just doing 7. And then we're going to do 9 after we finish 7. Oh, Philip, you just sent the answer to everyone. Make sure you send it to me. So in the chat, select so Latasha, your slope is fine. Now the second part of it is either going to be
What
b
was it
equal
right though?
or y-intercept equal. I can't tell you that because you sent it to everyone, so I can't tell you yet. So Latasha, so your slope is fine, but for the y-intercept, I want you to put b equal and then whatever you think the y-intercept is. Alex, you are correct. Natasha, your slope was good. And your y-intercept is now good. Okay, that's 1 minute. Now, also, if you're new here and you see me putting this timer on, it's not to put pressure on you. It's not to put you on blast. It's not to say, oh, I can't do it in 1 minute. The reason why is because on average, you have 3 minutes for each question. So on the easy problems, which I consider this easy, you should be able to finish in less than a minute. Medium difficult problems usually take 2 to 2.5 minutes, and difficult problems usually take 5 minutes or more. Because the difficult problems take so much longer, you're going to have to make that time up on those easy and medium problems. This is why I usually set a timer for 1, 2, or 3 minutes for a problem. Okay, so that time is up. If you have the slope as -7/3, you were correct. And if you have the y-intercept as 4 or +4, you were correct. So give yourselves a hand. Everyone who submitted an answer got it correct. So give yourselves a hand. Now let's move on to
Nice.
number 9. Okay. Number 9 is in standard form. Okay. So again, I'll help you out a little bit. Now, this is in my ebook, but you probably won't see this in too many other places. Easily find the slope and y-intercept in standard form. Oh my God, Alex, you already gave me an answer already. You're not playing, and you are correct. You are correct. So now you should start seeing some of these shortcuts with and without the calculator. You should start seeing them and using them, and it should be building your confidence and improving your self-esteem with math. Because that's the reason why most people don't pass is because of fear and they don't finish. Okay.
Right.
So Alex, you're good. Yes, that was correct. Oh, I didn't start the timer. Sorry about that. Okay, Shannon. Stop playing. Yes, you are right. That's 2 for 2. 2 people, 2 for 2. Y'all can't be making me feel this good this evening. Y'all better stop. 2 for 2. Matter of fact, let me change my name so everyone knows my name here. Darlene. Yes, yes, yes. We're looking good. 3 for 3. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But instead of using the underscore sign, use the negative sign. So instead of holding shift, just hit that dash and put the negative sign. But I know what you meant. Okay, that time is up. It's 1 minute. So let's.
My answer, I got M is 5 over -3.
Okay.
And B is -24 over -3.
Okay, so -24 over -3 becomes what?
And that's going to be, you have to divide them, right?
You tell me.
Eight.
+8. Correct. So you are correct. So -A. So A is 5. B is 3. C equal 24. So -A, the opposite of A, which is -5, over B, which is 3. So the slope is -5/3. Very good. So everyone who answered got -5/3.
And this is the standard form, right?
This is
the y
standard
equals
form.
mx plus b is
Slope intercept form. Slope
and this
intercept
is
form.
standard form.
Yes. So what happened was a lot of textbooks actually call y equal mx plus b standard form. So that's why you may be confused. It is not. That's slope intercept form. What happened was schools started just teaching slope intercept form. So they stopped using standard form a lot. Again, I don't do that. I teach both, the ones you're going to see on the exam. So -5/3, and then the y-intercept will be C over B, which is 24 over 3, which reduces to 8. So if I wanted to rewrite this in slope-intercept form, what would I write? What would I write? If I wanted to rewrite this equation in slope-intercept form, what would it be?
Yeah, if you want to redo it in slope intercept form,
Y equals -5/3 plus 8.
5/3 what?
5/3 x plus 8.
-5/3 x plus 8. You don't forget that variable. Boom. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now, watch this. I'm going to show you something. Let me go to the study guide. And this is coming straight from GED. I'm going to show you the question that they give on the GED study guide. And it was less than 30% of people get this right. Now, if you've already been here, you've probably seen this because I love this study guide. I think everyone, if you don't have it, I'll send it to you. This study guide is about 40 pages long, so I don't advise printing it out, but I at least would have it on my computer. That way you can scroll down the PDF and you can do these problems. It gives you a nice example of a subset of the problems you'll see on exams. Let me find this problem. And now,
I went to the Khan Academy you sent in the other name, but I could not find the sheet you sent us because you said you were going to send us a practice sheet. I didn't find that sheet.
Okay, so I'll read. You mean from last week? You mean?
Yeah, from last week.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I did, but if I didn't, don't wait a week. Just text me. You already got my number. Text me and I'll, I'll make sure. So if you don't receive a link for the video, or if I didn't send a worksheet, don't wait a week. Everybody knows you could just text me, Mr. Tizzy, you didn't send a worksheet. Okay, boom, and I'll throw it out. All right, so look at this problem here. So this is the type of question here. What is the slope of the line represented by the equation 3x plus 4y equal 8? So A, B, C, or D, I'm gonna give you 1 minute, and I want you to send me your answer, A, B, C, or D, in the chat.
this is
What is the
standard
slope
form.
of the? I'm not gonna say anything. This is the question.
Okay.
I want you to send me the answer. What is the slope of the line represented by the equation 3x plus 4y equal 8? Is it negative 4/3? Is it negative 3/4? Is it 3/4? Or is it 4/3? Okay, Latasha. Oh, so you got two. You sent me two. Okay, okay. Who stopped playing? Yes. Shannon, yes. Darlene, yes. Ooh, looking good, 3 in a row. And all of you answered within 20 seconds. Love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Got about 30 seconds left. A, B, C, or D? Oh, Anna,
B.
can you? Oh, no, don't say it out loud. Send it to me in the chat. Anna, are you still on? Is Anna still on? I can't see because I got a bunch of people on here. Oh, she went off. I didn't see her message that she couldn't hear me. Okay, I'll send her a message. So that was 1 minute. Okay. Let's see. So is this standard form or slope-intercept form? Is this standard form or
standard.
slope-intercept? This is oops. I don't want. Definitely don't want yellow. This is standard form. So what you're doing while you're practicing now, identify the equation form, then write it down. Write the equation form down so you can commit it to memory. A is 3, B is 4, C is 8. To find the slope is negative A over B. The opposite of A is negative 3. B is 4. So the slope you should have selected was negative 3/4. Now here, they didn't ask about the y-intercept. They only asked for the slope. There you go. You should be able to look at these problems now. If you practice enough, you should be able to do it. Now that's one type of problem that's on the
Can you
test.
send me the in the PDF, please?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Can you send me this page?
Yeah, yes. I'll send the study guide to you. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Let's find another problem that's similar. Here we go. What is the slope of a line that is perpendicular to 5x minus 2y equal 1? Uh-oh, hold on, Mr. Tinsley. So remember, I showed you how to find a perpendicular earlier, how to find the slope of a perpendicular line. I've showed you how to find the slope of slope-intercept form. I showed you how to find the slope in standard form. So now it's combining the two concepts. So you have to find the slope of this line, and then you have to find the slope of the perpendicular line. I'm setting the timer for 1 minute. And this is A, B, C, or D. A, B, C, or D. And let's see what we get. Now, did people just send me answers that quick, or was that the second answer? Okay, so Latasha, that is incorrect. Shannon, that is correct. Darlene, that is correct. I'm sorry, hold on. Hold on, they flying at me, hold on, I'm sorry. Shannon, that is incorrect. I'm sorry, that was incorrect. I was looking too fast, I'm sorry. So, and Darlene, you are correct. And I'm gonna walk through all the steps. Okay, first of all, is this equation in slope-intercept form or standard form?
Slope.
Standard form.
Standard form. And standard form is AX plus BY equals C. A is what?
5x.
5 or 5X?
5.
-5.
5. B is what?
Also, the answer is A.
Hold on. A is 5. B is what?
2.
Nope.
-2.
-2. C is
Negative.
what?
1.
C is 1. So all you're looking for A, B, and C is the coefficient of that variable. Okay, whether it can be positive or negative. So the most common mistake people make is they just look at that number in front of it. So B is -2. That's the coefficient in front of that Y, -2. Now, so we got A is 5, B is -2, C is 1. Does everybody understand that? Because it's a standard form. You got to identify A, B, and C. Does everyone understand that? Good. So the slope, to find the slope, again, you take the opposite of A and put it over B. What's the opposite of A?
-5.
-5. What's B?
-2.
-2. Two negatives make a what?
Positive.
Positive. So the slope of this line is 5/2. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
But that's not what they're asking for. They're asking, what is the slope of the line that is perpendicular to this line? So we just found the slope of this line. How do I find the slope of the perpendicular?
Use slope intercept form.
Nope. How do we find the slope of the perpendicular?
M equals
We take the negative inverse. Mr. Tinsley, all these mathematical terms, what's the negative inverse? Change the sign and flip. Change sign and flip. You have to be able to find the slope of a parallel and a perpendicular line. So if the slope of this line is 5/2, to find the slope of the perpendicular, I change the sign. What is the sign of this slope of our original line? What's the sign? Is it positive or negative?
positive.
Negative.
Positive. I heard somebody say negative. 5/2 is positive. Okay, so the slope of the perpendicular is going to be negative. So change the sign, so positive to negative, and then flip it. So instead of 5/2, if I flip it, the reciprocal is going to be what?
-2 fifths.
Over what?
5.
2/5. So change the sign, that's the negative, then flip it. 5/2 become 2/5. So the slope of the perpendicular would be -2/5. Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
So let me say two important things. The slope of a parallel lines are the same. If you want to find the slope of the perpendicular, you take the negative inverse, change the sign and flip it. Change the sign and flip it. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so let me make sure so that was two problems on the study guide. Let me find my packet. Let me find my linear equation packet, and let's make sure we can find the slope of the parallel and perpendicular lines. There we go, right there. Let me hide it. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so we're gonna start with 5 and 6. So to make sure we understand how to do these, okay? So they should be fairly easy. What's the slope of number 5?
3.
What's 3? What's the y-intercept of number 5?
+2.
+2. Number 6, what's the slope?
-x.
Nope. It needs to be a number.
1.
-1.
-1. What's the y-intercept?
5.
Plus 5. Perfect. Okay, find the slope as the parallel. Remember, parallel lines have the same slope. Okay, so if we look at number 7, what is the slope of the equation for number 7?
-2.
-2. What's the slope of any line that's parallel to that?
-2.
-2. So what this means, and this is what this is now, they might give you an equation, but you got to know what this means. So an equation that's parallel to this could be y equal minus 2x plus 5. It could be y equal minus 2x. It could be y equal minus 2x minus 10. How do you know? Because the slope of each of these lines is -2, and parallel lines have the same slope. Does everybody understand that? Okay, good. Number 8. What's the slope of number 8?
1/4.
1/4. What's the slope of a parallel line that's parallel to this number 4?
1/4.
1/4. That easy. Parallel lines have the same slope. Now let's look at perpendicular. Okay. What's the slope of number 9?
-1/2.
-1/2. What's the y-intercept for number 9?
-2.
-2. What's the slope of a line that's parallel to this? What's the slope of a line that's parallel to this?
-1/2.
-1/2. What's the slope of a line that's perpendicular to this?
1/2.
Nope. Change the sign, flip.
Oh. 2/1.
2/1. Or 2/1 can be reduced to what?
2.
2. That easy. That easy. Parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines, negative inverse. Switch the sign, flip. Okay, so for number 10, what's the slope of number 10?
5/2.
What's the y-intercept for number 10?
1,
No, not 1.
0. Oh,
There is none. So a 0. That means it's going to cross the y-axis at 0, 0, at the origin.
okay.
Okay. So what is the slope of any line that's parallel to this line?
5/2.
5/2. And what's the slope of any line that's perpendicular to this line?
-2/5.
Stop playing. Who was that? Shannon?
Yes.
You might be new, but you working it out tonight. I love it. I love it. Okay. Yeah, that's how you find the slope from a slope intercept form, find the slope from standard form, find the slope of a line that's parallel, find a slope of a line that's perpendicular. That's 4 questions on your exam. That's 4 questions on your exam. Now, usually for the parallel and perpendicular, they only give you 1. So they either give you one that's parallel or they give you one that's perpendicular. So they usually only give you 1. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to go over that somebody had. So now, again, that took a lot of time, but it's similar. It's linear equations, but it's called a system of linear equations. So I had 3 people ask this question this week. So let me go back to my study guide. And let me find a system of equations. Here we go, right there. So system of equations, that means it's going to have more than one equation. So a system of equations for our purposes is only going to contain 2 equations. Okay, so I'm going to show you 3 different system of linear equations, and I'm going to show you how to solve them. Now, again, I do have a YouTube video you can watch, but this is what I'm telling you about the GED. For the system of equations, they're either going to give you a word problem, or they're going to give you a computational problem such as this to solve. Okay, if they give you a computational problem here, they're usually going to set it up 1 or 2 ways. Okay, and I'm going to give you an example in a minute. This way is the easiest way, because your main purpose to solve a system of equations is to get rid of one of the variables. to cancel one of the variables. You have two variables here. You have X and you have Y. Does everybody understand that? So you want to remove one of the variables. Well, how do you get rid of one of the variables? Just like when you do an algebraic equation, you do the opposite. So the opposite of plus 3y is minus 3y. That means this is already set up for us. These are already going to cancel. So when you combine these two equations, what's 4x and 4x?
0.
Nope. What's 4x and 4x?
They cancel.
Nope. What's 4x and 4x?
8.
8 what?
8x.
8x. Okay, you have to know how to combine like terms. They have the same sign, so you add them and keep the sign. 4 plus 4 is 8 and keep the sign. So when we combine these, you get 8x. 3y minus 3y cancel each other out. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to bring down the equal sign. And then what's 8 minus 16?
-8.
Negative 8. In order to get the x by itself, to solve this equation, what do I need to do?
Add 8.
Nope.
No.
What side is your variable on?
Okay.
-8.
What side is my variable on? The left or right side?
Right.
Nope. What side is my variable on? Okay, what variable am I trying to solve for?
The X.
X. What side is the X on?
Left.
The left side. So so that's what you want to look at first. You always want to get the variable by itself. Is the variable by itself? Does it say X equal?
So minus 8.
No, hold on. Is the variable by itself?
No.
No. It's being what? The X is being what? What operation is happening to the X? It's being what?
Multiplication.
Multiplied by what?
Multiplied by 1.
No, it says 8x. So X is being multiplied by what?
X.
No, X is being multiplied by what?
8.
8. Okay, understand what this means. 8x means 8 times x. 5x means 5 times x. When you see a coefficient, when you see a number directly next to a variable, that is multiplication. You must know it. What is the opposite of multiplication? If I want to get the x by itself, what's the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
Division. So I'm going to divide by what?
By 8.
By 8. Whatever I do on one side, I need to do on the other.
They cancel.
The 8's cancel. We get x equal, what's minus 8 divided by 8? All right, what's 8? What's 8 divided by 8?
-1.
Negative 1. Anything divided by itself is 1. A positive and a negative make it negative. So x equals -1. This looks like a hard problem. This is one of the easiest problems on the exam. This is a system of equations. Now, another way they could do it, and this is just for the GED. Now, for college entrance exams, you got to go much deeper into system of equations. For the GED, they give you a word problem, or they give you a system of equations where either one of the variables will already cancel, or the variables are the same. And I'm going to show you an example of that now. Hold on. Let me see if I can find one. Here we go, right there. We'll do mix right there. We'll do mix right there. And we'll go into other system of equations later, but for right now, I want to show you the equations part. Let's see if I can find one. Let's see if they have one. There we go. So here we have an example of what I just went over, where the y's, remember, it doesn't matter what variable you're trying to get rid of. You got to decide which one. So here, the y's are already going to cancel each other out. So when I combine these, I get 8x equal 16. Divide by 8, x equal 2. Once you solve for one variable, you got to plug it back in. So minus 2 minus 4y equal 2. Matter of fact, I don't even want to use that one. I want to use the second one. I don't like having negative coefficients. So I'm gonna plug it into the second one. So 9 times 2 plus 4y equal 14. 18 plus 4y equal 14. Subtract 18. I'm running out of room here. Subtract 18 on both sides. We get 4y is equal to negative 4. Divide by 4. Y equal negative 1. So we got two variables. X is 2, y is 1. So the point in which that solves this system of equations will be x comma y. It's a point. So 2 comma minus 1. Once you understand that, now in my ebook, I'll show you a much easier way. If they give you the points, you just plug them right in. You don't have to do all that work. So let me show you another example where they are the same. Let me see if I can find one that are the same. Here, number 13. No, we can't use 13 because they both cancel each other out. Number 15. So if you notice, if you're trying to get rid of one of the variables, you see that the y's are exactly the same. So again, the opposite of 4y is negative 4y. So what I would need to do is multiply this entire bottom problem by negative 1. All that means is change the sign of everything inside the brackets or inside the parentheses. So my first equation is minus 6x plus 4y equal negative 2. All I did was bring that equation over. The second equation, again, I'm going to change the signs of everything. So instead of negative, I'm going to have positive 4x. Instead of positive 4y, I'm going to have a negative 4y equal. And instead of a negative 8, I'm going to have a positive 8. Remember, your whole goal is to cancel one of the variables. Well, now they're opposites. They will cancel. So minus 6x plus 4x is a minus 2x. Those y's will cancel, equal 6. 8 minus 2 is 6. In order to get the x by itself, it's being multiplied by negative 2. So the opposite of multiplication is division. You divide by negative 2. Whatever I do on one side, I do on the other. The negative 2's cancel. We get x equal negative 3. This is how you solve a system of equations. On the GED, usually what they will do is that one of the variables will already be opposite or they'll be the same. If they're the same, you're going to multiply one of the equations by negative 1. And all that is changing the sign of everything inside. Now, once you get x equal negative 3, you got to plug that back in to one of the equations. So I'm going to plug that in to the first equation. So minus 6 times negative 3, because x is negative 3, plus 4y is equal to negative 2. Minus 6 times a negative 3, when you multiply two negative numbers, it becomes positive. Positive 18 plus 4y equal negative 2. Again, the y is not by itself. So on the left side, we have two terms, 18 and positive 4y. So since the 4y contains the variable, I want to remove the other term, which is positive 18. What's the opposite of positive 18?
Negative.
Negative 18. Whatever we do to one side, we do on the other. The 18's cancel. I'm going to have to move over here. I'm sorry. 4y. And then minus 2 minus 18 is a negative 20. Again, the y is still not by itself. It's being multiplied by 4. The opposite of multiplying by 4 is dividing by 4. Whatever I do on one side, I do on the other. So the 4's cancel. Y equal negative 5. Now, if they ask for the point that solves this system of equations, remember, every point is an ordered pair, x comma y. X is negative 3, y is negative 5. So what this means is this set of x and y will solve both of these equations. Now, watch this. This is what I'm talking about. Let me show you something. Okay, let me show you something. I'm gonna make multiple choice up, And I'm gonna show you what you would do if they give you the points. Much easier to plug into your calculator. Watch this. So let me clear the screen. Well, not everything. Let me clear almost everything. I'm gonna clear everything except for our answer. And this is the last thing we're gonna do for the evening. I don't want to give you too much. So what I want you to do is you're going to go home, you're going to watch this video again, and you're going to make sure you know how to do all those problems so you can be ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this right now as one of the multiple choice. Okay. So I'm going to put other answers that what you may see. So they probably have 3 and -5. They'll probably have -3 and +5. And they'll probably have a +3 and a +5 for your answers. A, B, C, D. And they might ask, which of these points satisfy the system of equations? Well, what I would do is, mathematically, is what I just showed you how you would do it. Now, if they're giving you the multiple choice, I'm about to show you a much easier way. So instead of you spend 5 to 10 minutes on this problem, you're going to spend 30 seconds. Okay. Now, first of all, these are my 2 equations here. I need to plug them in, but these are the different multiple choice that were given to me. What you must realize is that each multiple choice is an X and a Y. Okay. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to store my X as 3. 3 store X. My Y is -5. -5 store Y. And I'm going to plug them in to both the equations. Well, Mr. Tinsley, what do you mean plug in? Well, guess what? With the calculator, you don't have to plug anything. Once you store those variables, you can type that equation in. So watch this. -6x plus 4y. When I hit enter, because I substituted, since I stored x as 3 and y is -5, I should get -2 if this answer is a solution. If I don't get -2, then it's not a solution. So I'm gonna hit enter. Did I get -2? Did I get -2?
No.
No. So it's not A. Okay. So I'm gonna go to B. X is -3. So -3 store X. Enter. My Y is -5. -5 store Y. And I'm going to plug my equations in and see if I get that answer on the other side. Watch this. -6x plus 4y. If B is a solution, I'll get -2. I press enter. Did I get -2?
Yes.
So that satisfies that equation. But what you have to understand is a system of equations satisfies both equations. So now I'm gonna plug the second one in. -4x plus 4y. If that's a solution, I should get -8. Did I get -8?
Yes.
No work. You didn't do any work. You just, hold on, let me change that color. You didn't do any work. All you had to identify was X and Y and know how to plug in to your calculator. So let me clear it.
So if the X is the same as for the first answer, the Y that's the same. They're in the same.
Right, if the answer is the same. If you
the
get that
answer is-
-2, then you know that X and Y combination worked. If you didn't get -2, you know it doesn't work. So you move on to the next one. So this is what I did. This is all the instructions on how to do it on your calculator. So I'm gonna scroll down because it took more. Let me scroll up a little bit. Yeah, so this is all the instructions. This is everything you have to do in order to do in your calculator. So again, in the ebook, I explain each step by step, and I show you, and I press it, and I give screenshots just like this so you can see how to do it. So you don't have to waste your time doing it algebraically. You can solve it quickly, get your answer in, and move on. So I just wanted to show that. Let me minimize that. Now, again, those are the probably you're going to see. How much we got 708. I want to show you a word problem for a system of equations. I don't know which one it is. I'm not going to be able to show you that one tonight, but make sure to remind me next week. I'll find that word problem because which one is it? On my computer is, if I don't know if you can see it, but you can see my little thing just spinning, and my computer is freezing up a little bit. But again, so this is 7:10. Usually it's from 6 to 7. Usually I do go over, so I apologize if you had to do something else. But let me see if I can find it. That was
Mr. Curly, a question.
yes.
Do you have video only using the calculator used to show how to use it?
No, because then everybody wouldn't buy the ebook.
Okay.
So now what Layla explained to you earlier is once you buy the ebook and you do your one-on-one, I will show you individually how to do it both ways, how to do it algebraically or mathematically, and how to do it on the calculator. So that's why she was saying that one-on-one is very important, because then you can say, Mr. Tinsley, how do I find the equation of a line given 2 points? Okay, Latasha, have a good night. Or how do you find the slope of a parallel line using the calculator?
Right.
Or how do I solve the system of equations using the calculator? So again, I go over those things in your one-on-one.
Can you send me the link for the book?
Yes, of course. You can go to, let me give you my site. So matter of fact, I could just show you real quick. So let me open up a new tab. So all you're gonna do is go to passgedmath.com.
Okay.
And how you know it's me, or how you know it's me, you'll see my picture. This is one of my graduates. He called me up on the stage at his graduation. and the city of Philadelphia used it for all their media. So yeah, so you'll see a picture of me, one of my former students. Let me stop the recording for right now. Where is it? Pause the record.